Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
NSW teachers strike to go ahead as union lashes government for Gimmickry. Thousands of NSW teachers will walk off the job for 24 hours despite a government promise to address public sector wages in next month's budget. The strike will go ahead on Wednesday as struggling state school teachers push for a pay rise. Watch the video above to see more. Watch the latest news on Channel 7 or stream for free on 7 Plus. NSW teachers are seeking a 5 to 7.5% pay rise while struggling with their workload, NSW Teachers Federation President Angelo Gavrielatos says. Principals have been told to advise their school communities of what impact the strikes could have, with most schools providing minimal supervision. Gavrielatos called on parents to support the industrial action to ensure their children were taught by qualified teachers. They warn of an unsustainable situation in education with more than 70% of teachers considering new careers. Education Minister Sarah Mitchell on Tuesday urged the union to cancel the strike after directing her department to delay wage negotiations as part of a new teachers' award before the Industrial Relations Commission until after the June 21 budget. Mitchell said delaying wage arbitration while continuing other negotiations showed the government was working in good faith. Premier Dominic Perrottet said the government had been fair and reasonable throughout negotiations while public sector unions representing teachers, nurses, paramedics and rail workers had taken industrial action. The action was part of a political campaign to cause havoc across NSW for the benefit of the Labour Party, he said. Opposition education spokeswoman Prue Car said the rising cost of living was the real factor driving calls for public sector wage increases and the Premier could prevent further strikes by revealing what would change after the budget. The Premier has promised to address public sector wages in the budget but also acknowledged that may not be enough to appease frontline workers. Gavrielatos said there was no guarantee the government would make good on its promise. The union had been seeking negotiations since February last year and won't wait until it sees what's in the budget before striking. We have been very patient, Gavrielatos said. He dismissed temporary changes to assessment and accreditation requirements that could ease teacher workloads announced on Tuesday as gimmickry. Carr said the government needed to do more if it wanted to stop the strike. A last-minute delay to the IRC negotiations is not going to cut it. If Dominic Perrottet is going to find a way through this crisis with our teachers in the budget, why won't he announce it now so that this strike can be avoided, Carr said. The government had been warned about chronic shortages in classrooms over the last decade but not acted to fix them, Carr said. Gavrielatos said pay rises were needed to attract more people to the profession and to retain existing staff. He accused the government of trying to address shortages by lowering qualifications and standards for teachers under the guise of modernising the profession. Gavrielatos declined to predict how many teachers would strike but expects a high turnout amid unprecedented anger across the profession.